Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. I want to start giving all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
You're the only power. You're the only power. You're the only power that
Okay, right here, I want to give an example on what the worldly churches teach and what the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah gave to our teachers to speak unto us. Okay? And let's compare knowledge and wisdom and see, can you get this from the churches, and then see what our great teachers of the men of great millstone taught us. And let's compare.
Now, let's come to the text. And I saw an angel coming down out of heaven, having the key of the abyss, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, the old serpent, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years, and cast him into the abyss, and locked and sealed it over, that he should deceive the nations no longer until the 1,000 years should be finished. After that he must be loose for a little time. Now you'll notice that the 1,000 years is mentioned 2 times in verses 1 through 3. Actually, it's mentioned 6 times in the 20th chapter. There are those that like to say, well, after all, the millennium is only mentioned in 1 chapter. Yes, but God mentioned it 6 times. How many times does he have to say a thing before it becomes true? He mentions it more than he mentions some other things that people emphasize today and think are important just because they occur once or twice in Scripture. Here, 6 times the 1,000 years is mentioned, and always in relationship. And here, it's in relationship to the devil and Satan. We don't misunderstand who he is, and he's put in the abyss, and I've dealt with that before. There are some expositors that separate this section from the millennium. That is, the classifying it as the closing scene of the day of wrath. Now, this view takes the edge from the sharp distinction that there will be on earth at the removal of Satan. You see, the difference it makes. His incarceration and total absence from the earth changes conditions from darkness to light. He's the God of this age. He's the prince of the power of the air. And his power and influence in the world is enormous. It's beyond the computing of any IBM machine. His withdrawal makes way for the millennium, and with him loose, there could be no millennium. So you see, we see the millennium in relation to Satan. He has to be removed from the earth scene. Men talk about bringing peace on this earth and about producing prosperity and all that sort of thing. And it'll finally be headed up in the Antichrist, and he'll not be able actually to accomplish that, although for a while it will look as if he's going to do it. But you see, long as Satan is abroad in this world, you can't have a utopia down here. You can't have an ideal situation with him loose. And Satan's power is reduced here, for an ordinary angel becomes his jailer and leads him away captive. Now, the abyss is a better description of the prison than is the bottomless pit. In either case, it's not the lake of fire. We're going to talk.
Okay. Now, that's the church's breakdown. You know what I'm saying? That's the church's breakdown. Now, in a few moments, let's get our Apostle Tahar, all apostles, starting with Apostle Tahar, and all the great teachers of Great Millstone breakdown. Let's compare.
What I say, Revelation, the 20th chapter, and start with verses that. What does it say in the 3rd verse? Yeah, start from the third verse.
Revelation 20, verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the
This is talking about that great red dragon, or that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. And what did he basically do? Did he blow a fire on people? He deceived them. Matter of fact, go to the blue letter and look up the word deceived in that chapter. That's chapter 20, Revelation chapter 20, verse what? Verse 3. Let's see what the word deceive means.
Okay, Revelation 20 and 3, the word deceived in the Greek.
Strong's G 4105, planao,
Which means to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way, to go astray, wander, roam about. Metaphor, to lead away from the truth, to lead into error, to deceive, to be led into error, to be led aside from the path of virtue, to go astray, sin, to sever or fall away from the truth, of heretics, to be led away in error and in sin. Down here it says to cause to stray, to lead astray, to lead aside from the right way.
You're going to have to read that again.
Okay, the Greek.
Strong's G 4105, planao.
That's the Greek word for deceive, which means to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way, to go astray, wander, roam about. Metaphor, to lead away from the truth, to lead into error, to deceive, to be led into error, to be led aside from the path of virtue, to go astray, sin, to sever or fall away from the truth, of heretics, to be led away into error and sin. Down here it says to cause to stray, to lead astray, lead aside from the right way.
Now, Esau didn't say, well, look, you got to worship this here. All right, this is what you got to worship. You don't have to necessarily worship one thing. As long as he causes you to go away from the truth, of course he wants you to worship his demon, Caesar Borgia, and his Edomite god, Lucifer, or the spiritual demon Satan. Well, Lucifer is this devil himself. It's like the Rothschilds and the elite. They represent Lucifer, the Luciferians. It's not no spiritual demon Satan. There's a spiritual demon Satan. There's a physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. But anyway, when the elder looked up the word deceive, it basically means to lead you from the truth. So that's what Esau does. That's why in this society, Islam is accepted, witchcraft is accepted. Do you know how many witchcraft covens is in this country? If you get a chance, you can Google that, witchcraft covens. I mean, in the military, there's all kind of witchcraft covens. So in this society, you can be a witch, a warlock. You can be a Muslim. You can be a Hindu. You can worship Buddha. You don't have to believe in the Most High. You can be an atheist. You can be a Rastafarian. You can be all these things. So you got people that don't follow what we're teaching, which is the truth, and they'll follow some other, maybe Rastafarianism, a Buddha. Well, guess what? Esau did his job. That's why he allowed all these religions to come in this country. In the Arab world, they'll kill you if you're a Christian. They'll beat the.
Okay. Now, my point for this comparing, the reason why I compared this is because you're not going to get this truth from nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get this truth from the churches. You're only going to get this truth from spiritual men that's guided by a powerful spirit. But to put emphasis on it, to put the icing on the cake, Are these men not worthy of double honors? Are these men not worried of double honors? Are these men not worried? Are these men not worthy of money if they need help? That's something you should meditate on. You know what I'm saying? Because in the beginning, you was all of us was saying, you know what I'm saying? Double honors to the apostles. And now you get upset. You're saying fuck them. Where you going to get this teaching from? This is the greatest teaching that man can have in his hand through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Give those men they honor. Give those men their respect. If you want to do your own thing, do your own thing. But respect them, man, because you wouldn't have got this truth. You know what I'm saying? Respect them.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah.
All praises due
All
to
praises
Yahweh,
due to Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh Shah. The only
and double honors and charity. Double honors and charity to the great men, great millstone. Lord willing, I hope that you all are the elect, teaching this word, giving up these precious gems and stones. Shalom. Another shalom. Another episode of Performing Arts, number 61. Get with the program. Behold, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.